Today's main story is the worldwide impact on business of the ISO 9000 family of international standards over the past 2 decades. These standards for quality management and quality assurance are the work of ISO Technical Committee, ISO TC 176. The best known standard in the family is ISO 9001, which is implemented by more than 1 million organizations in 170 countries. ISO 9001 gives the requirements for a quality management system that enables organizations to meet their customer quality requirements in terms of customer satisfaction, regulatory compliance, and continual improvement. Organizations can choose to have their quality systems independently certified as conforming to the standard, and ISO 9001 certification is frequently used to establish confidence between business partners, to select suppliers in global supply chains, or as a condition to tender for procurement contracts. ISO 9001 is successfully implemented by organizations large and small, in manufacturing and services, in business and public sectors, in industrialized, developing and transitional economies. Dr. John Simons has 20 years' experience of implementing management systems based on ISO standards in the international petroleum and chemicals industries.
Well, ISO 9001 was the first universally recognized management system standard, and it was soon realized that the principles underpinning it could be extended to other areas, such as the environment and health and safety. When implemented properly, ISO 9001 will ensure that the promises an organization makes to its customers will be kept. But that means having an effective management involvement and commitment. It means that key processes are properly understood and sometimes redefined. And it means that the continuous improvement cycle, a key characteristic of a management system, is fully deployed.
More than 30% of ISO 9001 users are in the service sectors. The Cambodia Trust is a particularly interesting example of ISO 9001 in action because the Trust is a humanitarian aid organisation dedicated to helping landmine victims.
The Cambodia Trust is a small UK non-government organisation working in Cambodia, primarily focused on disability. The customer satisfaction focus within ISO 9000-2000 has become a core concept within the organisation. The ISO certification process has really helped us to manage change over the years. It has protected us from sudden and dangerous changes, but has really encouraged the process of thoughtful and well-planned change and development, and that is the essence of sustainable development. The expertise developed by Cambodia Trust in Cambodia is now being sought by other countries in the region, and as a direct result of our careful documentation and our ISO processes, we have been able to very easily export our expertise to Sri Lanka, to Indonesia and to East Timor.
In recent years, more and more ISO 9001 users are to be found among national and local government departments and public sector organisations of all kinds, including police forces.
The Phoenix Police Department provides safety and security services for 1.6 million citizens in a 520 square mile area, and we're comprised of 3,000 sworn and professional employees. The reason the Phoenix Police Department chose the ISO 9001-2000 standard, a standard typically found in business, to help them improve their operations was to effect change, to help us systematically improve our organization, the performance in our organization, and many other efficiencies and effectiveness issues. And so we came across, in the year 2000, we came across the new ISO 9001-2000 standard, the quality management principles of which were right on point with what we were trying to accomplish, focusing on our customers, continually improving.
Prior to implementation of our quality management system, I don't think we realized the importance of our customer. We knew we had customers, but I don't even think we realized who our customers were, both internally and externally. We also developed a database to help track customer satisfaction, both the good and bad. And now we act upon any negative responses that we may get. We resolve those responses immediately.
In order to determine performance, you need to have reliable metrics and data from which you make fact-based decisions. The ISO 9001-2000 standard is based on 8 principles that are really the foundation of all of our systems.
Well, the quality of information we receive is important every day that I work in every other office. And over the past 3.5 years, I've really gotten to understand the ISO 9000 process and realize that the quality management that it implements is really a huge help in R&I. It helps us on the street, and this way it's going to save our lives out there when we're getting the correct information every single time.
The Phoenix Department's use of the ISO 9001-2000 standard has resulted in a significant savings, upwards of $11 million in efficiency and effectiveness of operations.
Although ISO 9001 is not the only management system standard, it has been used as the core or model for a host of other management system standards for specific objectives, such as food safety, information security, and supply chain security. A number of global business sectors also use the ISO 9001 requirements, along with the sector-specific additions, as the basis for their supply chain quality management. These include the telecommunications, aviation, oil and gas, automotive and medical device sectors. The fact that ISO 9001 is flexible enough to bring benefits for such different users as we have just seen is certainly a pointer to its international success. In just over 2 decades of existence, ISO 9001, supported by the other standards in the ISO 9000 family, has had a truly global impact on business and management.
Looking at ISO 9001 critically, what organisation would not want to address each of its component parts in pursuit of greater efficiency and effectiveness? And in fact, if they hadn't been put there in the single standard, each of them would have to have been invented. The fact that it all came together in one standard 20 years ago is an indication of the effectiveness of global standardisation.